So the arrows like all like hit the forest and the grass. And the chief is saying like the commander, "Whew, that was close." The bases can be easily attached and removed. Still, they firmly rest at the underside of the meeple and don't fall out. This is peak design. Hey everyone, this is Peacemakers, and today I have another review for you. Today we'll be looking at Peacemakers Horrors of War by Snowdale Design. It is a reimagining of the original Dawn of Peacemakers, which I have already featured on my channel. A huge thanks to Sami Laxo for entrusting me with a physical prototype copy. I greatly appreciate it. Today's review will be made the way I like it the most. I will show you a solo playthrough of the first scenario, and then I will give you my review. Feel free to use these timestamps to jump to the part you're interested in the most. As usual, bonus points if you watch the entire video. So, Peacemakers Horrors of War is a thematic board game in which you cooperate in an attempt to bring peace. In the game, you are an adventurer seeking to stop conflicts between a colorful cast of animalfolk nations who all have grievances with one another. To not spoil it too much, I will only play through the basic version of the first scenario. I will definitely play later missions when I hold the production copy in my hands. Already a little spoiler for my review. Alright, as usual, before I play through the first mission, let me just quickly set up the game. But today I will do it with a small twist to kind of demonstrate and to see, because I don't know myself really, how quickly you can set up the game. I will let a timer run. Later on in my review I will explain why exactly I'm doing that today. Well, let's get ready for the setup. Well, I'm not gonna hurry too much, right? But I'll just try to set it up in a time that would make sense for somebody who knows how to set it up. So let the timer go, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, and if I haven't forgotten anything, that should pretty much be the setup. Let me just check, because we need to check whether the time is correct or not. But I think I set everything up. I will show you later why exactly I was timing my setup today. But just for the record, let me do a screenshot just to be safe. 2:23, so 2.5 minutes. That, for a setup, that is pretty good. So we're done with the setup of the game, and we can already start playing. So let me just get the rule book here. So as you can see, you have the regular setup and then the rules. Not too many rules, just 4 pages pretty much. And then you have a little bit of story, which I will not read now. The reason, I like reading stories on my channel, but I will not do it now because I don't want to spoil everything for you, right? And here is the first scenario. And it just tells you are there any differences and challenges and whatever. And then you have a little bit of story again, and then the next scenario starts. And the last scenarios are not in the prototype yet. So what we will do, we will play the first scenario, but without any story bits, right? I will just show you how the game plays. I kind of gave you the quick rundown of the main story of the main conflict at the beginning of this video. All right, so what are we doing? I am this fennec fox right here. I'm trying to bring peace here to these two factions that are at war with each other. Unfortunately, from the top you cannot see it perfectly, but this is Commander Sochiamak. I hope that's pronounced kind of correctly. That is from the Macaws, the leader, and then we have 3 spear, not min, spear, 3 spear macaw. Let's put it like this. They're right here on the left side of the river. This one is in the forest. I will get to that later, why that matters. Then, as I said, we are right here in the middle. And then with the ocelots, we have 2 archers, one at the top, one at the bottom. And we also have the ocelot warrior right there. And we can see the images here. These are the prototype images. These will still change in the production copy. But here we have the images here, the portraits, and also the range, the attack power, and the health of the different factions here. Another thing that's important to note is that it's unbearably hot today. So I'm giving it my best to give you a good review, but the heat wave is not gonna stop anytime soon. That's the way it is. And also no tea today because it's way too hot, so I'm just having a bit of water. And I think it's a little bit more than just a bit. Okay, so We can actually start playing now. So what is the objective? The objective varies from scenario to scenario, but the main thing you need to know for solving most scenarios is that we have a motivation tracker for both factions. You see here it goes from like this flag, which represents 0, up to 15. Same here on this side. And the macaws start at a motivation of 11, and the ocelots at a motivation of 6. And we need to reduce both to the green area, and at the end of the round, if both are in the green area, then we win. If one of them gives up, or if enough units die, then we immediately lose the game as soon as the glass bead here is on the flag. You see we have like these cool glass beads, but you saw my unboxing, so I'm not going to show you the components too much here. If you want to see them like in detail, I suggest you just check out my unboxing of the game. There I show like everything in detail. Alright, so that is our goal, to reduce both to the green area down here. How can we do that? Well, there's several things. If a unit dies, for example, if this one is defeated, then we put it down here, and then the motivation will be lowered, but we also get a horror card that we need to draw next time, and then these are usually pretty bad. That's one way to lower motivation. Otherwise, like the order decks here do that. So, and now the thing is, I will put the order decks to the left here, because otherwise it would be a little bit too difficult to show everything off. If I would have to pull up the camera even more, usually we put them below here, right? But I will just put them to the left, and I think that it's going to be okay for now. That should not be an issue. Actually, I have a small idea. There we go. I think like this is a little better. I will put the order decks here to the left and there to the right, and I think that's gonna work. And this is our hand. We start with 4 cards. In the setup, you do it like this. You can play this game from 1 to 4 players, and like you have like 4 cards at the very beginning that you distribute among all players. And if in a 4-player game, everybody gets like 1 card, right? In a solo game, like I'm showing you now, I get all 4, which is great. But I will talk about this balancing thing in my review later on. All right, I think we are pretty much ready. There are 3 phases in a round, and we just have like an unlimited number of rounds, so to speak, until we lose or win. A round consists always of 3 phases. The adventurer phase, this is where we play cards and do things. Then we have the army phase. This is where we turn over these order decks down here. We have like these cool order decks here. Then we turn these over and we see what the armies are actually doing. And then we have the status phase where we check whether the game ends or not, right? Which I explained with the motivation tracker here. And that's pretty much like all we do. So now it's our turn. What do we want to do? Well, we immediately lose if the commander dies here. So we definitely don't want the commander to die, but I do have a small advantage because I know this scenario already. So I know that it might not be a bad idea to hurt the commander just a tiny bit. So we are now pretty much ready to play. It's now the adventurer phase. Before we go into that, let me just quickly take a look at these cards here, right? So I don't really need to show them to you like close up, I think, because there are just 4 kinds of symbols here on the top left. These 4 actions I can do, or I can do the 5th action down here. The action at the very top, that is the survey action. If I play that, then I can turn over a card from a nearby army. A nearby army is one I share a space with one of their faction members, so to speak, army members, right? So if I played this, then I could turn over this card or that card if I was standing here. If I was standing over there, one of these 2 cards. That is important to know, so I know like what's gonna happen next turn, right? That can be very important. I can also play several of those to like turn over more cards, but I cannot rearrange them. Then we have the movement here action. That just means I can move on the map, right? As many boots as there are, like 1, 3, 3, 3, I can just move around. And there are also some cards that have a plus here. That means I can move and then draw a new card, which is really good. Then with the fortification one here, that just means I can take as many fortification cubes as I have here and just place them on the map, on the tile I am on at the moment. That is really cool because that, that like fortifies the enemies that are on that tile. But the fortification doesn't move. It's like a little building, like a little wall or something that I'm building for these armies, right? And they can like hide behind it, but they cannot take it with them when they move, like thematically, right? And then we also have the delegate action. The delegate action means that I can play that one here and give that card to another adventurer. In a solo game, that is not gonna do anything, but that's fine. We have all the cards anyway. And the fifth action I can do is scheme. And scheme means I can do whatever it says down here. There's like a text on these cards, and I can do things there. This one lets me discard one card from a nearby army deck. This one lets me place two fortifications anywhere on the map, except on a water one. Hurry up means that the next order gains more initiative, like more speed of a nearby army. And this is the same one we had over here with fortifications. So what I want to do is we definitely need to lower that motivation quite a lot. We don't want to lower that one too much. So I think what I might actually want to do, I think I will actually place a few fortifications. So I think I will place play this one here to play 2 fortifications. So let me just get 2 and place them. They can all be pretty much attacked except this one. So I will place, this already has a fortification symbol, at least one of them. You see like this rock formation here has like this defense symbol. So it already has like one, as if it had one fortification, right? But I will put 2 more there anyway, I think. Yeah, I would have to lower motivation at some point over there, but I think I will do that like that for now. And then let me do that again here. I think like this over here. Just for now. I think that might be a good idea. And another symbol you should know is the stealth symbol. This means that these units can only be attacked from adjacent enemies, right? So this one is safe, kind of safe for now. Okay, and then we could do something, but I think I'm gonna save the cards for now. I think because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. I think I want to watch them a little bit and see what they're doing. So then we have the refresh action at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will just draw 4 cards for the next round. I will take a look at them a little bit later. And now we have the army phase. What we do is now we execute the orders. So now we turn over these cards here like this. Okay, these are a little bit small, but I will show you in a minute what these do. So let me, for example, like show you one example here, and then I will just read them out the next time. So see here, you have like a left and a right side here, right? The right side is what is going to happen. We see like the insignia there. That is now the cogwheel, so to speak, and that's those guys over here with the cogwheel here, right? Not the one with the circle. So this one will not do anything this round. It's going to be these 2. And they will just attack. How they attack, I will show you in just a minute. And then on the left, we see something else. Here it says like something that this is like the modifier of the right card, right? This is the left card modifies the right card. The other thing that's important to see here, except for the scenario down here, so you can sort them back where they belong, is the initiative. So you see like this, the card on the left has 3 initiative, and this one has 1.2. This 0.2 is important because that's important to break ties. So if the other army had also an initiative of 4, right, 3 plus 1, then this one with the 2 would maybe win or not, depending on what kind of decimal the other one would have, right? Or only the right cards have that. But here now see, before the order, roll a die, and if at least one adventurer is nearby, you may re-roll once, which is not the case, and then you see like we lower or raise motivation here, right? So that's like something else that happens, but this is like the main action. And we take a look at that for both factions. So let me just see. This one has the higher initiative with 8.9. On the left, it's exhausted and the motivation is lowered by 1. So let's do that. And then on the right, it says advancement. Each macaw with a star, like these 2 here, moves 1 space forward. So this one will move 1 forward. So now it's not protected by the forest anymore. So it can now be hurt, actually. And this one cannot move forward because there's another unit. And that was already what they do. And now we have the ocelots. So we have to roll a die. So we have a die right here. And the die has not only numbers, but also it has like these shapes. That is sometimes important. And if we roll a 1 to 8, we lower the motivation by 1, which wouldn't be bad. That is a 5. That is actually not too bad. So that is the ritual. So they actually lose 1 motivation. So we're already at 5 here. Here we need to go down to 1 or 2. That is going to be tough to go down here. that far. And then they strike. Each of these cogwheel ocelots, of these two, attack. Attack works like this. We first check what is the range. The range for the archers is 3, which is pretty high. And then we always go like in the direction they're facing. So they're facing this direction, we go there. There is none. And then we go clockwise and see no other enemies there. Okay, but that's only range 1. Then we check range 2. There is an enemy, so they will attack this one. If there wasn't an enemy here, they would go clockwise and get to that enemy. They would actually attack that one. That's how it works. So this one attacks that one here, and then we check how much damage do they do? 3. Are they protected? No. So they will receive 3 damage. So we put like these little pink discs. We put them right next to the unit here, so we know they have received 3 damage. 2 more damage and they are defeated. Why is that? Because we can see here, for the macaw soldiers, they have 5 health. Right? So that's kind of how that works. Okay. And then this one also attacks, same thing. We would go here, clockwise, nothing, and then there and there. They would be hit also with 3 damage. So the top and bottom one are almost defeated already. Okay, well, that's one thing to do. And that already was the army phase. That's it. And now we have the status phase. We just check for game end. Okay, we haven't lost, we haven't won yet, so we just do another round, and now it's the adventurer phase again. And you already roughly know how this game now plays, but to really understand the game, keep watching a little bit, because you will kind of see how everything unfolds, because I haven't done anything so far, or not a whole lot yet, right? So there are a few things I want to do. I would like to move over there. Do I have... Okay, I think we have that. I have the food poisoning here, right? Food poisoning means I can give up to 2 to a nearby, like 2 damage to a nearby unit. I cannot kill a unit with that, but I can at least inflict some damage, and I would like to damage the commander a little bit. I will show you later why. I already know the scenario, and it kind of tells you a little bit here, right? It says here, proud yet disciplined macaw soldiers form highly coordinated units when under capable command. But as soon as the commander is hurt, not dead. If they die, then we lose. So you don't want to do that. But if they actually hurt, that affects their motivation a lot, like to the negative, and we need that, right? So this is why I will move over there, and what I will do is I will need that later on. I have a lot of good cards. Okay, I will use this one here, and give me a second, and also this one. Like, I will just play these 2 cards, like for this boot symbol. So that's 2 boot symbols all together. That means I will walk 1, 2 over there, because now that is now a nearby unit. And now it says to give up to 2 damage to a nearby unit. I will also show you something. If I show you the card close up, then you can see that there is, like, it says like give up to 2 damage, and then like this red kind of text box there, or if you have the polecat, I think it is, or 3 damage. You see, like, these cards are actually enhanced by specific units. Here, if you have that bird, right, I can enhance this one here because I have the macaw fox, right? I can move like 1 or 2 units backwards later on, which is a pretty good card that I will definitely have to might have to use later on. So that is just something else that modifies the game really well. So now we'll use the food poisoning, so I can give up to 2 damage to a nearby unit, and I will give that to the commander here. And now I think I will fortify the commander so it doesn't take damage. So I have the fortification one here. Actually, these are all good cards. I mean, so far the commander is protected by that guy over there, right? So I think we're still fine. And the commander can't move forward because, well, how could they if they are blocked there? So I think we're still fine there. So I think I will leave that turn for now. So do you already get an idea of how this game works? It's kind of hard to grasp maybe at first, but you're just like influencing like the tides of war. There are even like many more things you can do here, right? You can like start flipping cards. I will do that later on as well. But for now, I will leave it like this. Well, actually, we could also start flipping cards, but I think not yet. I think it's going to be more important later on when when something actually, like when there are like less units on the field. I think that's fine for now. So I will stop my adventurer phase. I will now receive 1, 2, 3, 4 new cards. Okay. Yeah, okay. I already know like most of the cards, like all cards from scenario 1 I already know, so that's fine. Okay. So, and now we have the army phase again. So we will turn over these two and also these two. So let's look at the initiative first. We have a speed of 2.3 here and a speed of question mark. It says here on the right half 1.2, but on the left it says we need to roll at the beginning of the army phase, which is now. And then we see like, this is like the initiative they have then. And that is a 3. That is more than 2.3, right? So they go first. And they attack again. The ocelots attack again. The cogwheel ones. So this one damages that one again for 3 damage. So this one is actually defeated. What we do now is, now we take this one. We put it here, right? On the shape where it belongs. The motivation drops by 1. And we receive a horror card. That one will be put on top of the deck. So next time at the end of our turn, when we draw a card, or whenever we draw a card with the effects here, we need to resolve that horror card. And these are pretty bad. That is actually something new, something that wasn't in the old game, but I will talk about that a little bit later. And then this one will attack as well, and will hit that one here, and that one is defeated as well. So you put that over here. Motivation lowered by 1. And another horror card. Oh man. Alright, so, and now we need to be careful. So now the game gets harder because now we don't have many units here anymore. And this one is really in danger of being hurt. So let's see what we can do there. It is the macaw's turn. So it says here, that is exactly what I mean. It says timid here. If Sochiyamak, so the commander's has full health, plus 1 motivation, otherwise minus 1 motivation. That's exactly why I hurt the commander. So now you might think, okay, well, but when I play the game the first time, the scenario, I can't know. Exactly. And that's what the game wants, right? The game wants you to explore the scenario and get to know these factions because they play very differently. You see, these attack a lot, right? These don't attack as much, but they like rely on their commander, right? They like get a lot of motivation. And it's not about attacking here. It's about that motivation. You need to like kind of figure out how can you work with that motivation. And when I played the first time this scenario, I drew that card, and of course the commander was at full health because I didn't want to hurt him, right? Because I knew if he dies, then I lose. So that's why I did not let him get hurt. I like really put like defenses around him, and then I drew this card. And then I thought like, okay, well, maybe I should have done something, but well, that's the way it is. And then you just figure that out. You can I figured it out during the play. So I then actually started like poisoning him a little bit just to turn the tide of the war a little bit. So you can do that during the first play of the scenario. If not, then you know how it works, and then the next time you try it, you know it, right? You get to know the factions a little bit. So okay, and also the macaws, like all with the circle, which is this one, they attack. This one has a range of 2, 1, 2 over there. So this one will receive 3 damage. 2 will be soaked by the fortifications I put there. And the other damage will actually be received. And that is fine, because we still need to lower motivation by at least 1 here. Right? So we're not doing too bad, actually. Right? We just need to be careful here now. Because this one, if this one attacks, well, it will attack here first. But as soon as that one is gone, then this archer can actually attack this one, I think, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it could attack that one. So we don't want that. And this one here as well. Yeah, both archers can actually attack that one. So we need to be careful there. I do have a few ideas. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, so we're done with the army phase. Now we have the status phase, but no game end in sight. So it's our turn. Alright, so what I definitely want to do is I want to use my strategic retreat card. That means I can move 1 or 2 nearby units 1 space backward. And that is... Would I do that? I would definitely place 2 fortifications right here. Right? So he's at least a little bit fortified. And then I think I need to start taking a look at the decks here. So give me a second. What you could also do is start getting these horror cards gone, right? We could actually also do that. And then I will. What will I do? Well, we could also like start like moving these back a little bit, right? Because these don't move too much. These actually mainly stay there, right? That would also be an option. So I think that's what I will do. Let me take this one here with the 3 boots and then walk over here. 1, 2, 3 to that one. And I will move that one back just 1. Yeah, I will use the strategic retreat to move that one back 1. I think that's fine. Because this one is not out of range of that one. Not this one here, that's fine. But the commander. I think that's good. This one only has a range of 2, so that's fine for now as well. This one can still hurt the commander, but we can work around that maybe. And then I would really like to play this one here, local contacts. That means I can flip the topmost card face up from any army deck, even though I'm not nearby anyone. I will just want to see what the ocelots now do. They attack. The circle one attacks. So now I know that. What I could do now is I could actually walk there and put some fortifications there, and I think that's what I will do. So let me take this one here with the 3 boots, but I would only walk 2 instead. And then I will put 2 fortifications on there. So I think that is not too bad. So you see, I played all my cards. I was really busy doing things. So you don't really like hurt, like except for food poisoning, you can do that. But you don't really like hurt them, or you like don't move the motivation by yourself, right? But you like kind of influence, just like the strengths of the war, right? And you do a little bit of spying here, right? Or how it's called, like serving. So pretty interesting. And now I draw 4 cards. And what happens now is the following. 1, 2, that's horror cards. And 3, 4. These count towards the hand limit, right? So I only have 2 cards next round. And we need to resolve these 2 horror cards. Let's resolve them in order. Would be like this. Panic attack. Oh, that one's pretty funny. Roll the die 3 times. For each roll, move 1 space in the direction shown below. There's like a little graphic here, and then I have to like move into wild directions. 2 lets me move over there. The 12 lets me move up there. Oh man, I'm a little bit far away, right? And this one here, the 4, will move me to the right. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's not too great, but I resolved that one, so that one can be discarded. And then we have anxiety. If you have a nearby unit, you cannot move unless your space has 1 fortification or more. Discard if there are 6 or more fortifications on the map. So, and this one is ongoing. So, but I have 6 fortifications on the map, so I can discard it. But otherwise, I will have to have it lying here. And then, as soon as I am on have a nearby unit there, I'm on a tile with another unit. I couldn't move anymore, right? Unless I put a fortification there. So that is... Oh, that one is a pretty bad one. But I don't have to do anything because I have 6 fortifications. Everything is good. Alright, so now it's the army's turn. So first we have the ocelots here with an initiative of 5. And here we have a speed of 9.6. So they go first. If this is the fastest order this round, +1 motivation. If this is the slowest order this round, -1. So, yeah, actually +1. So, that is bad. And then each of the star macaws gains +2 defense for this round. +2 fortification. That's fine. If 1 or more macaws receive or have received wounds this round, -1 motivation. I think that's going to happen. That's good because we need to get that motivation down again. Okay, so they don't do anything. They just go for cover, right? And they, unexpected, roll a die until you roll a circle or a cogwheel. The rolled insignia replaces this order's insignia. This order's insignia is a circle. So let's see what we roll. We roll a circle. So it will just stay as a circle. That's fine. And then each circle ocelot attacks. This one attacks here, range of 2, that works, and does 3 damage. So 2 will be soaked by the fortification, and 1 damage. And now it said here, right, if 1 or more macaws receive or have received damage this round, it's -1 motivation, so we're back down to 7. So we need to lower that by 5 more, and this one by 1 more at least. Okay. It's not going to be too easy, but I hope we can do it. So, no game end yet, so it's our turn again. Alright, so what do you have here? Consultation. Move any one card from a nearby army deck to any other position in the deck. Okay. And Lost Missives, discard any one cards from any nearby army deck. Yeah, that is something that might be quite important. We don't want the Ocelots to attack too much anymore, right? So I think what I will do actually is I will use... Oh no, I'm too far away. I can't do anything. I need to move first. But I don't want to get rid of these cards now for moving. And then I can't do anything anymore, right? Because these armies all need to be nearby for these effects to take place, or for these things, and they're all not nearby because I'm up there. So you see that horror card really screwed me over. So you know what? I will not do anything this round. I will just draw 4 more cards and just hope that nothing bad happens, because I can't influence it anyway. That's the problem. I just want to have more cards. By the way, there's no hand card limit, which is pretty good. Okay, then let's see what the armies do. These attack. Okay. And these... Oh no, they move. I don't like that. Okay, so here we have, again, we need to roll for the speed. The speed is 8. Well, then they definitely go first because they only have 5.3. So they go first. Each circle ocelot moves 1 space forward. Oh, only these. That's good. So this one just moves forward and it's now on the bridge there. Okay. That is okay. This one gets a little bit too close to the commander now, right? So we need to kind of be careful there. But okay, that's fine. And here, impatient. After this order, if this order's right half is strike, it is. Place it face up on top of its deck. Okay. Each circle macaw attacks. So this one attacks this one here. There is no fortification there, so it receives 3 damage. But with 5 health, it's still alive. Okay, so they're at the front lines now. These are still like in the back, not doing too much. If I can get this one more back here, that would be great. That wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so that was the armies, and now after checking that the game has not ended, it's my turn. So what did I want to do? I wanted to take a look at the order cards here, but I also want to get this guy back again. This guy is like too much in front. So we need to move 2, and then I will move him back. Let's see. Move 2. This one is actually pretty good. This one. This card I can discard. It's not too interesting. So I will move 2 down here. And then I will use my strategic retreat again to move a nearby unit 1 space backward. This one 1 space. Why am I doing that? Because these two can still hit each other. Yes, that's true. But he is the commander. And we actually want the commander not to be in range of that one. And then I think I will actually move here and place some fortifications. Because I need to make sure that this one dies first. Because we still need to lower that motivation here, right? And we can only do that if someone actually perishes. That's, I think, the only way for the Ocelots at the moment. What I can also do is the following. Give me a second. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. I will actually move. Will I? Yeah, I will actually move 1. Move over here. And then I will survey and see what they actually do. They cover. I don't like that too much. I do have the false order here, and the false order is cool because I can now flip the bottommost card of any nearby army deck, like this one here, and I can now place it at the top or not if I'm at the fox. But I want to place it at the top because that one, but that's the wrong attack. That is the commander, and the commander cannot reach anyone. I shouldn't have pushed that one back. That was a mistake, but I did it. So yeah, well, I will not put it at the top for now. Not yet, no. Okay, there was this card here, and then yeah, I will just leave it like this for now. I will just draw 4 new cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it's the army phase again. So let's see what happens. They cover with a speed of 7.6. and they cover with a speed of 7.5. And you see that's important. 4-3, 4-3, they have the tied speed, but this one has 0.5, this one has 0.6. So this one is faster. After this order, oh no, wait, I made a mistake. I actually should have put the strike back on top, right? So they actually strike again. Yeah, and they actually get the same card again here, but they don't go first anymore. It's now them that go first because we have a different initiative there. Sorry, my mistake. All right, so here now, roll. Okay, we roll again to maybe replace that insignia, and we do. So the circle is now a cogwheel. So let me get one from the box right here. Okay. So now we don't have any circle ocelots anymore. That is interesting. And one thing that's interesting now, I will still play with the old rules because the prototype still has the old rules in here. But like all of these cards here on the right cards, they all have like the orders, right? And these all like have a specific insignia there. The old rules of the game, of the prototype, are that these are now dead cards, the one with the circle, because we don't have any circle ocelots anymore. We don't. And that's why these are dead cards. But in the newer version, it's different. You have like the main insignia, and then you have like the fallback insignias. So first you would see if is there a circle ocelot. If yes, you would activate them. If not, you would go to the next insignia. So in this preview, I will still play with the old rules because I don't have the new cards, right? But I'm actually flashing it on screen right now to show you how the new cards look like, so you can get an idea. But I will still play with the old rules. And now it says here, each circle ocelot gains +2 defense for this round. Well, there is no circle ocelots anymore. So yeah, so that nobody will get defense here. And then they go. Each circle macaw attacks. That this one here, they can reach that one and will defeat it. So this one is defeated. We lower the motivation by 1. So now here we're in the green area now. Here we still need to go down 5, which is quite a lot. So I think I will have to do a lot of stalling and a lot of fortification. I think that's like the main tactic now to kind of win this scenario still, because there's still already a lot of defeated units here, which isn't too great. And then it says here, after this order, if this order right have a strike, place it face up on top of the deck. So I will have to put it on the deck again. So this one will attack again, but there's no one to attack. Well, actually, yes, this one would be attacked. Which would be okay, actually. Now, let's see. Let's see how that actually works. So, no game end, so it's our turn. Put the topmost card face up from any army's deck. I will do that. And I will flip that one here and see. This one is cover. Alright, so they actually get defense. That is fine. That doesn't do anything. That is totally okay. So, yeah, that is actually fine. I might want to actually keep all my cards. I could put a few fortifications, but I don't really want to do that. No, so you know what? I will keep my 4. This one will attack, but will not do any damage. They will cover, that's fine as well. So I will not do anything else. I will just take 4 cards and just see how this battle unfolds. Maybe we won't have to do too much anymore. Alright, next army phase. We go right there and right here. Alright, so this one here is 3.5, this one is 7.3, so they go first. If this is the fastest order this round, oh again, +1 motivation. Oh, that's so bad. And this one here, and then they attack, but doesn't do anything. And here, revoked. Do not resolve the right half of this order. -1 motivation. Okay, we need to be a little bit careful here now, right? If it goes to 0, to the flag down here, then we lose. Okay, not too good, not too good. Alright, our turn again. Yeah, we need to be careful with this fastest order stuff. That is kind of dangerous. So, what can we do? We do have like cards where we can like improve the speed of units, but now we have gone through 2 of those cards. I'm not sure if they could actually be there anymore. So I will use the carrier pigeon. Oops, because that one has the ability to draw a card from the resource deck. So I will just cycle through the cards a little bit. Here we can give a little bit of defense to a unit. You can remove damage, which is fine. And here we can inflict damage. At the moment, we cannot do a whole lot. We need them to like walk forward a little bit, right? So they can actually be damaged, or have them walk forward. And then it would become interesting again. So at the moment, I don't need to do anything here. So I think, just to be safe, I will actually just do a movement and just walk to the middle again. So I'm kind of close to everyone. And I think that is actually okay for now. You know what? I will not do anything else. Let me take more cards even. And then the next rounds, I have a lot of cards to work with. Because then I will probably need it. So we turn these two over. This one we can't turn over because the decks are empty. So what we do is we just take these decks and we shuffle them. So in the production copy, you would just shuffle these decks and put them here. In the prototype copy, I will now have to remove all the dead cards. These don't exist anymore in the final version, right? But just so that you know, in the prototype, I will have to do that. Okay. Good. And let's see what they do. Some attacks, but that is okay, I guess. Okay, so we have a speed of 4 and here a speed of 1. So they go first. If the commander has full health, doesn't have full health, so we go down 1 motivation. Okay, we're at 7 again. Each macaw gains +2 defense this round, okay? But if one of them, like one or more of them receive damage, then we can lower the motivation again. And I think that might happen now. Oh no, actually not. We have revoked again. Do not resolve the right half of this order and -1 motivation. Oh no, this is not looking good. Oh man, this is really bad. Because they would have attacked now and we could have lowered their motivation, but that's not gonna work. Oh no, that's bad. Alright, it's our turn. I will have to take a look at a few decks. Yeah. So actually, let me walk with this one here. Walk 2 over here, and then I will use. Let me take this one here. This one survey. To flip over this card here. That would be cover. Okay, that would be okay actually. That is not too bad. I think I will have to walk back. Maybe I should have done that before, but let me actually walk with this one here. So I can walk 1 and then I can also like draw a card. Okay, these are all pretty good cards. I can work with those. And then I will walk again 1 more, draw a card. This is good. I will keep this one. And then I will walk 1 more. I will walk 1 more over there and draw another card. Because they have like these card plus icons. That's why I can draw cards when I move with them. So, and now I have a lot of cards. So now I want to flip some cards and see what happens. Let me play one with the survey icon and see what that one is here. This one is good. Okay, great. We will keep it like this. And then that's actually fine. Then I will keep it like this. Because I know this one here says, revoke, do not resolve the right half of this order. So they will not do anything next round. And they will just cover. So that's fine. So nothing happens. So yeah. Let me just draw 4 cards. That's 2. I get 2 more by, you guessed it, shuffling the discard pile. So let's just do that. And this is a pretty long playthrough. So I think I've lost a lot of people already that are already watching my review. But that is fine. So it says like for the scenario about 1.5 hours. I don't think I will need as long. I hope I will be like at like 1 hour, 1:15 maybe. So let's just see. Okay, so let's see what the armies do. Well, we already know some of it. So, this one here, do not resolve the right half of this order and -1 motivation. Okay, we're getting there. Just 4 more motivation losses and we're fine. And this one here is unexpected. We can actually replace the insignia maybe. Let's see if we roll a circle. We don't. No, we don't. Everything will stay the way it is. And they gain +2 for this round, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. It's our turn again. So we have a lot of cards. I actually want to take a look at some decks here. So let me just... would I do that? Yeah, let me play these 2 survey icons, and then I will have to reshuffle this deck here. I just want to see what it says there. So 2 eyes means I can flip over the 2 top ones without changing the order. This one says, oh, it's the fastest order this round, plus 1 motivation. So it needs to be a slow order. We can try to get it to, like 6 is a lot, but let's try to get that over there. So let me just walk for now. So I need all of these cards. These are all good, but I need I need a lot of cards here. So I will walk with, I walk once with this one here. I need 2 more movements to get over there. I don't need this twice. So I will move 1 more time and draw a card. And then I will have to move 1 more. Give me a second. Let me take... these are all too good. These are all really good. But I think I will use this one here. Move over here and draw a new card. So you see, it gets really tactical. Although you don't really like actively do a lot of things, like it gets really tactical at some point. And then what I will do is I will give them. No, actually, I will survey a card. Let me take this one here to survey the top card here. That is just a 1. That is not a whole lot. So let me also survey this card here. So they're at 5 here. Okay, then I will play this card, because this one says in nearby armies next order gains plus 4 speed. So it would be at 5 at 9 speed now. That is a lot. That could still not be enough. So what I will do is I will take this card. It says flip the topmost card face up from any army's deck and see this one here. That is a 5. So they are at 11. And they are now at 9. So they need 2 more speed. Yeah, we can do that. We can actually play this one again here. So now they get 8 speed, which is pretty crazy. Okay, I think I am fine for now. Oh, they will actually move forward. Oh no. That is not too good. I don't really, but I can make them move backward again. That's fine. That's fine for now. Okay. And this one attacks. Yeah, well, that's okay, I guess. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're just out of range here. That is fine. Okay, good. Oh, wow. This is pretty crazy. But okay. I think this one will now die. Okay, so we resolve. Oh no, I draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will resolve the army decks. Okay. So you pretty much know everything that's happening, right? Because we already took a look at that. But I hope you get more and more, you get a feeling of how like everything works, right? So they have a speed of 5 plus 8, so 13, and they have a speed of 11, so they will go first. And first of all, we can roll again, so maybe the insignia will change. No, it will not change. And they attack. Okay, so they can both target this one. So this one is now gone. We lower the motivation by 1 and we receive a new horror card here. Oh man. And then here, if this is the fastest order or the slowest order, we change the motivation. It's the slower one, so it goes down to 4. Alright, we are really close now. This is still at 2, that's fine. This one still needs to go down by 2. That is possible. We can actually make that. And the next one, we have the same thing again. We need to have them faster here. Let's see if we can manage that. Okay. Wow, this was pretty tough, but we kind of made it work somehow. All right, it's our turn now. Let's see. I need to see like how fast they are. So let me do that. Let me take... Actually, yeah, let me take this one here. Oops. So this one here to survey and take a look at this card first here. Okay, we actually roll for speed. That could be good, that could be bad. But I will give them another one of these plus 4 speed cards. So they could see, they are now at 7 next time. They could be at something between 5 and 10. Right? Between 5 and 10. Yeah. So let's see what they will actually have. Okay. Can we do anything else here? I don't really think so. So I think I will leave it like this, because this one cannot be reached at the moment. I will have to get ready to push somebody back in case somebody advances. But so far nobody advances, so that is okay. That is actually fine. Alright, let's take a look at the army decks. So these have a speed of 7, and this one has a speed of... Let's roll. 11 plus 4, that's 15. Okay, they definitely are faster. So they go first. They get plus 2 defense for each round. That's fine. For this round. And this one here, first of all, they lower the motivation by 1 because this is the slower order. And also they attack, but nobody's is near, so that is fine. Okay, this is looking good. Just one more motivation. We just need that card. Like if the commander is hurt, we just need that card once. And then we win. Okay, we are close, we are close, we are close. I'm so excited right now because we could actually make it. That is amazing. Okay, so it's our turn. You know what? Yeah, we'll just take a look at these cards. You know what? Can I move enough? Yeah, I can move quite a bit. And I don't care about damage and all that stuff. So I will move 1 over there. And then I will draw another card, which is a horror card. If any army is nearby, it's not. Shuffle its order decks, leaving any face-up cards face up. Wow, that could be a horrible one here. But no, we don't need to do that because there is no enemy nearby. Luckily, we just moved, right? Well, actually, wouldn't have really mattered probably. And then we need to move even more. Let me move 1 more here and draw a card. And then let me move 2 more over there. So, hey, my friend. I will now make you win. Or not. Let's see. Let me survey once. And see what that card is. Yes, that's the card we need. That is the card we need. So, there is nothing really we need to do. The worst thing that could happen is if they move and attack the chief. But they can't. But just to make sure that everything is fine, I will just play this and put more fortifications here. There's no way that they can do something with him, but just to be safe. Because then he can't die. He also can't die now because he has 8 health, so that should be fine. So I think we are winning now. So we need to draw 1 card here. So let me just shuffle these up. Right here. And these 2. They have a speed of question mark. Of 5 and they are of 4, so they start. They attack, but they are too far away. 1, 2, 3, right? Too far. 1, 2, 3, too far. So they can't reach. So the arrows all hit the forest and the grass, and the chief is saying like the commander, "Ooh, that was close. I'm all by myself, but no," and they just keep missing. These fools. Oh, you're lucky, because that wasn't me drawing them back. Okay, enough bad role-playing. And then we're done with those, and then they hear if he has full health, +1, otherwise -1, so down here. And then they even gain 2 more defense. Yeah, and we would lower the motivation even more if they would have received damage, but that's not the case. Well, that was the army phase. Now we have the status phase again, and now we check for game end, and you see we have both glass beads on 2. We have them both in the green area. That means both armies will now concede at the same time and say this war doesn't make any sense anymore. Let's stop, right? So we were able to actually bring peace. Let me just lie them down because they are so exhausted from the fight, and I'm chilling here on the bridge. Yeah, so that is how a round of Peacemakers Horrors of War works. And I hope you enjoyed it so far, because that marks the end of my playthrough of Peacemakers Horrors of War. But what do I think about the game? Well, a lot, let me tell you. First of all, the components are stellar, but that is a given with Snow Layer design. Everything has an amazing quality here. The cards feel great. The die is really nice and chunky, and the meeples don't only feel great, but also have been screen printed wonderfully. Just look at how adorable these are. You can take a look at them close up a little bit more in my unboxing, but these are just wonderful. Also, check out the markings here. Not only for the cards, for the different chapters here, right? But also for the different animal meeples here. You see? This is all like printed on here, so you exactly know where these meeples are and where the cards are you need. This is such amazing attention to detail, but the highlight is the soft PVC bases. Yes, we know attachable miniature bases from other games, but not made from this material. With this soft PVC, the bases can be easily attached and removed. Still, they firmly rest at the underside of the meeple and don't fall out. This is peak design. There's nothing to criticize in regard to the component quality of Peacemakers, but as I said, that is a given with all games from Snowlight Design. The insert is great as well. Keep in mind that this is only the prototype, so to speak. Sami is still working on the insert and perfecting it. I'm sure it will be as good as it can be. In the final version, all components will stay in place without needing baggies. So you can just put all of these tokens just in here and they won't fall out. And all cards will fit sleeved, since the tabs between the decks here will be made just a little bit smaller. Additionally, the meeples will get a little bit more space here, so you can take them out of the insert more easily. Then the insert will be pretty much perfect, and setting up the game might be even quicker. Also, the welcome letter is a great touch. It tells the very first steps and does a great job of doing so. The welcome letter in Lands of Galza was great as well. Sami, please always include those in your future games. The theme and art style are amazing as well. Just like the other games, Snowlight Design has paid great attention to these two aspects. The game's art looks stunning and the theme is fantastic. At first sight, it's definitely darker than the other games, but only at first sight. Lands of Galza had a few darker storylines as well. Also, the theme of you trying to achieve peace between two factions at war is incredibly unique and special. And unfortunately, this topic is also timeless and nowadays even more relevant than before. The rulebook is done really well. It's a breeze setting up the game and getting started to play. This has been highly improved from the original game. You remember how I timed my setup at the beginning of this video? It took me 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Even if you don't know the game, it will take you a maximum of 3 or 4 minutes. Well, the old game took me about 10 to 20 minutes to set up. I'm not even exaggerating here. I think you can see the huge difference here. It's great how the same game could be altered in such a way that you can get started pretty much immediately. One thing that could be improved though is matching the portraits to the respective meeples. I managed to match them, but some players might have issues here. Maybe it would be a good idea to include a small image of the respective meeple in the bottom corner of the portrait. Then again, the map books still use the old art, and Sami told me they will be changed, so I'm sure these issues will be solved with the final version. Speaking of the map books, they are really great. The design here is really well done. You just need minimal space around them, which makes planning the actually required footprint for a game very easy. You just need like the size of the map plus a little bit on the sides. That's it. One issue I had with the original game was that you could get close to your goal by actually defeating units. Or like not defeating them but actually hurling them, right? And that they would be defeated faster. Thematically, that was a slight issue since you're supposed to be peacemakers. In the new version, you can still do that, but at a cost. The added horror cards really add to the theme. These weren't part of the old game, and I really appreciate them now having been added. Also, the horror cards have quite strong effects, either hindering your overall progress greatly or forcing you to go for different tags and play differently. The card play feels a lot smoother than in the original. This is due to several implementations and improvements. For example, being able to draw more cards when using specific walk actions on the resource cards is a really great implementation. Also, different schemes can become stronger when different characters use them. I showed that to you in the beginning. That really sets apart the characters from each other, especially because you can trade cards. That adds a lot to actual player interaction. I also enjoy that different animal folk really do play differently, which makes the game very dynamic and exciting, and I'm talking about the nations at war here. It definitely keeps you on your toes at all times. The different player counts are solved well too. You have 4 cards you draw each round for all players. So at 4 players, everyone receives 1 card, where a solo player gets all 4. A solo player can move less than a 4 players, but doesn't need to trade cards to access them. That's all the balance needed, and this is very elegantly solved. But the game not only added new and improved things, but also stripped things away to streamline the game. There are no more compasses you set up, which is like you did in the old game. So these like kind of showed you like the direction the armies go. It was just more things that you don't really need. There are way less setup steps here. There are less scenarios, but the ones present are enhanced with challenging and engaging achievements that change the gameplay quite a bit. I just didn't show them to you because I don't want to spoil too much. And also there's no campaign anymore. That means that the structure now consists of different scenarios that don't depend on each other. So getting together groups is much easier than before, since you can just play a single scenario, but still have the option to play all of them as if they were a coherent campaign. Also, this really adds to the replay value of the game. These are all changes the game really needed to be able to shine. Something else that was removed, for example, is like these different colored bases. I mean, in essence, you don't need different colored bases if you now have like meeples in different colors, right? Then you know which faction belongs to, or which meeple belongs to which faction. So that is totally fine. There aren't a lot of negatives I can say about this game. Sure, the game is exploring a concept that board games haven't ventured into before. So the gameplay concept can be a bit hard to grasp at first. That definitely holds true for the original, but this new version has been streamlined so much that you just need 2 or 3 rounds to fully understand how this game works. And another thing I want to mention. I personally enjoy putting these small tokens on the map, but it can become slightly fiddly at times when you have to move them with the character. That's just something you should know. As I'm packing up this game, which is also a very quick process, just 1 or 2 things that I wanted to mention as well. What this game does actually is it goes against so many things that we are used to as gamers, as board gamers, right? As a board gamer, you always want to do as many actions as possible in your turn, right? Because more actions mean more good stuff. Well, in this game it's differently. In this game you are very tactical, and sometimes you don't want to do anything. You saw that in my playthrough. Sometimes you just want to collect cards and just watch. Because at the moment it's fine. No matter what happens, at the moment everything is kind of under control. You can kind of see how everything plays out before you intervene again. And that is something that I think I've never seen in any game before. And that is one of many things that make this game so special. All in all, Dawn of Peacemakers, the original, was a game that explored new concepts in board games as well as a timeless and important topic. Peacemakers, this new edition of that game, is the best version it can be. The gameplay has been streamlined, superfluous aspects have been removed, and new things have been added that greatly improve the game, such as achievements, better card effects, an improved setup time, unique characters and faction strength, as well as a stronger emphasis on theme. But despite all of that, the core game is still there, and that is wonderful. The game now really feels like the game it always should have been. And I can't wait to explore it more and show it to my friends as well. I'm a little bit sad that I will have to send this prototype copy on to the next reviewer, but I can't wait for the production copy to land in my hands. If you just remotely enjoyed what you saw in today's video, I highly suggest you check out the campaign. You'll find the link to it in this video's description as usual. Well, you made it to the end of my preview of the game Peacemakers Horrors of War. As usual, I'd like to thank you all for your support. That means the world to me. I especially want to thank my patrons who are supporting me on Patreon. The biggest thanks go out to Thagono, who is my biggest supporter at the highest tier. That is very generous. As you know, you can also support me on Patreon, and you can also join my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Generally, I'm always thankful for any support, including likes, comments, and especially subscriptions. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video, or on my Discord server. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.